What's up, Guardians? Avian Flew here, and I have a really fun build for my hunter mains. Have you ever wanted to be a predator? Not like from that CBS show, but like this. This build lets us become the ultimate hunter, striking fear into the hearts of our enemies, eviscerating them with weapons like the plasma caster, spinning blades, bows, and the invisibility cloak. To achieve this level of lethality, we are pairing the Assassin's Cowl exotic hunter helmet with either the exotic bow Ticcu's Divination or the Jotunn while running the middle tree solar subclass. We'll want our helmet, chest, boots, and cloak tuned to arc, and our gloves tuned to void. This lets us equip mods that let us get our melee and dodge back as fast as possible. We'll also want mods that give us stacks of charged with light. Let's look at the subclass. We'll want to make sure we have a gambler's dodge on so that we get our melee back when we dodge near enemies. This does not cancel invisibility. The super is blade barrage. Jump into the air and throw a bunch of knives. This isn't as good as it used to be, but it still does pretty decent damage. Now our melee, knife trick. Throw a fan of flaming knives that burns targets on hit. Next we have burning edge, which increases the recharge of our dodge while enemies burn. Our melee causes burn, so do our exotic weapons. Here is the dodge returned from Ticcu's, and then from Jotunn. Last, we have playing with fire, which says that destroying burning enemies recharges knife trick, our melee, more quickly. This stacks up to 3 times. Here's the recharge rate at 3 stacks. And you have 15 whole seconds to get another melee kill, which resets the timer of playing with fire. Let's look at the armor loadout. First, we have the exotic helmet Assassin's Cowl. This exotic lets us gain invisibility from a charged melee kill with a light subclass, while also restoring a portion of our health and shields. Kills against more powerful targets increase these effects. You'll want to have it tuned to the arc affinity so you can use swift charge, which gives charges of light from rapid kills with a pulse rifle, sidearm, or submachine gun. But we can also use quick charge, which does the same thing but from shotgun and fusion rifle kills. I also went with hands-on for super energy from our melee kills, which we'll be getting plenty of. For the gloves, you'll want to go with a void affinity. This lets you equip the focusing strike mod, which grants dodge energy when you do melee damage. If you have the extra energy, I would go with a charged with light mod in the 4th column. You'll also want to have your chest armor tuned to arc, so that you can have the heavy-handed mod in the 4th slot. This mod is super important for this build because it gives back half of our melee when we use our melee while charged with light. I also have a strength mod equipped to boost my melee recharge rate. Next we have the boots, also with an arc affinity. Here you may want to run a double Invigoration mod, which will reduce our melee cooldown when we pick up an orb of power. These synergize with the heavy-handed mod on our chest armor by not only reducing our melee cooldown when we pick up an orb of power, but also gives us back half of our melee when we use it, since we are charged with light. Last, we have the Cloak, which will be our 4th arc armor piece. This lets us use the Outreach perk, which reduces our melee cooldown when we use our dodge. This isn't super necessary since we're using Gambler's Dodge and we'll be getting our melee back when we dodge near enemies, but this is a nice backup in case we use our dodge too far away from enemies, and we'll still get some melee energy returned. In the 4th column, I have Taking Charge equipped, which gives us a stack of charge with light when we pick up an orb of power. This mod is also very important, but can be equipped wherever you have the energy. Let's take a look at the weapons. You have a choice here. You can use the Jotunn, which is a fusion rifle. This weapon fires a tracking shot that explodes and burns on impact. This burn refunds our dodge, as long as the target survives the explosion to proc the burn. This one is best used against orange bars, majors, and bosses. The other weapon that I chose was the new exotic bow Ticcu's Divination. As many of you know, this bow fires multiple tracking arrows that cause your target to burn when fired from the hip. Then ADS shots cause them to explode. The burn from hipfire shots also refunds your dodge, but not as fast as Jotunn does. This build is also usable in in-game activities. Since bows can stun overload champions, you can equip a scout or sniper rifle in your primary slot for barrier champions, and the seasonal artifact mod Inferno Whip stuns unstoppables with our solar melee for only 2 energy. So if we put it all together, you'll throw your knives to get a melee kill, proccing playing with fire and making you invisible. While invisible, you'll want to dodge near an enemy, refunding your melee. Get another melee kill to increase your stacks of playing with fire, further increasing your melee regeneration rate and keeping you invisible. You can keep chaining melee kills to stay invisible, then launch a sneak attack with your weapons at close range or a distance before getting another melee kill and disappearing before they even knew you were there. Well, that about wraps it up for this latest hunter build. I hope you get some use out of it. Watch the credits for some of my longest invisibility chains. A like and sub is always appreciated. Thanks for stopping by the channel, and see you next time.